Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome you onto this video. Yes, the title of the video is indeed correct. Um, let's just travel back to time last year around mid-August, the time that I played this game. It was actually the time that I was on my peak. I had just won the SA championship on the B section, and I was feeling pretty confident about my chess strength overall. And on the tournament that I played, an online tournament, I won an entry of playing a chess grandmaster, which is his name here, Grandmaster Marian Petrov. And I made lots of preparation for this game because, first of all, I am very underrated um, compared to his rating. I am very lower rated, so and he is in big he is a huge favorite of the game. I was also playing black, which was another strong issue as well. So without a further introduction, let's jump right into the game. As I said, I was playing black, and let's see the game. So here, I was playing Grandmaster Marian Petrov from Bulgaria. He is currently Bulgaria uh, number 12 at the moment, I believe, and he has a FIDE rating of um, 24 2460s, roughly 2500 elo, and I was rated 1400 1468, which is roughly 1500 back at the time. We played the game online on chess, and it was a classic game. So, without a further introduction, let's check out the game. Um, Grandmaster Marian Petrov started the game with 1e4. We will look at the game from my perspective. Um, I continued with e5, a very standard move that I like playing. He played knight to f3. I played knight to f6. We have the Russian game on the board. So far, so good. He continued with knight takes e4, a very standard move, and I continued with d6, knight to f3, knight takes e4. This is all theory, all seen before. Continued with d4. I played d5, and he continued with bishop to d3. So this is the classic Petrov with bishop to d3. He continued with knight to c6, and he continued with castles. So far, we have the classic attack Mason short water variation of the Petrov's defense. And here I continue. The main move, according to theory, is the move bishop to e7, which tons of theory go on after that. So here I continued with an offbeat move, bishop to g4. First of all, this move um, is not new, and it was not new at that time as well. And it was played by lots of strong players, including Anatoly Karpov on his match against Gary Kasparov. And while Gary Kasparov could not win a single game against this line, um, people were not so impressed from it, and they wanted something that will give Black more winning chances against in the Petrov line, bishop to d3, knight c6. Hence, I decided to just go for it because it is less theoretical and it gives a dynamic position for both sides. So after the move bishop to g4, my opponent here, who is also a grandmaster by the way, played the move knight to c3, which is the move that is not quite popular at lower level, at my level, and it was my first time seeing this move overall. I thought he was gonna play something like pawn to h3. Sorry, before knight to c3, I thought he was gonna play something like pawn to h3 or the move rook to e1, but instead he continued knight to c3, quite normal as well. And I defended my knight here with the move f5 as he was putting pressure on my knight on e4. And here he continued with bishop to b5. Now he is starting to put pressure on my position slowly. Now he is pinning the knight here and he is threatening knight to e5 threats after h4 and g4, something like that. Overall, he's getting a much more active position. I continued with the move bishop to e7, continuing development and preparing to castle to castle kingside, and he continued with a3 here, asking my bishop whether is it gonna capture here on f3 or is it gonna retreat on h5. I retreated the bishop to h5, and here he continued with the move g4, for which after the analysis um, during the analysis after the game, um, the computer suggested that g4 was inaccurate, that the move bishop to a4 was the best move here. But anyways, the computer can just shut up. No human would ever play bishop to a4 here because it would seem so unnatural. So the move g4 makes quite some sense. Um, Here I continued with the move f takes on g4, and here my opponent, Mr. Petrov, continued with knight to e5, an in-between move that puts pressure on the knight and it pins my bishop to this pawn, as if I capture now here, I will lose my bishop with check. So I continued with the move. Here I continued with the move queen to d6, which the computer also gives it an inaccuracy. It thinks that I should just castle here, and it provided this crazy ridiculous line castles. H takes g4, um, h takes g4, and bishop to e8, bishop takes on c6, knight takes on c3, b takes on c3, um, bishop takes on c6, and f4, bishop to d6, queen to e1, bishop takes on e5, d takes on e5, d4, queen to g3, and here it evaluates that black stands better. But it was completely inhuman to go to such deep, complicated lines. So here I just chose the very natural response, queen to d6, which was fine, and we both agreed that the move queen to d6 made logical sense. Hence, my opponent continued with h takes on g4, and I continued with bishop to g6, saving the bishop. And here he continued with the very aggressive bishop to f4, putting an x-ray on my queen here, as he's now threatening knight takes on g6 winning material. and he is just developing. No, actually, he's not winning material, but he is threatening to open up the position. And since he has more development than me, he will surely be having a great advantage in the game because he will have more attacking pieces than me. Yeah. So here I continued with the move castling, which at first glance it does not look naturally sound, but I don't think there was another great alternative here since gonna um, I was gonna go down quickly with other natural responses of running the queen away. Hence, I spent more time here considering my options, and then I thought that okay, since all the other moves are bad, then let's just play the move that corresponds to the general principles of the game, which is castling, and maybe things will turn out to be quite well. Then I started calculating lines, and I saw that I will be down in material, but I will have much more activity than my opponent, so that won't be a problem. But you will see that in a moment as the game continued just like that. So here after castles, my opponent continued with the move knight takes on c6, putting sorry, continuing with knight takes on c6, taking material and also discovering attacking my queen here. And I continued with rook takes on f4, and he continued with knight takes on e7 with check. I continued with queen takes e7, knight takes on d5 here, forking the king and the queen. And here I continued with the move after knight takes on d5. I played the move um, uh, uh, just give me a moment here. After the move, oops, sorry about that. Takes a moment. Okay, so after the move knight takes on d5 here, I played the move queen to g5, and after he played the move knight takes on e4, after he played the move knight takes on f4, so I continued with queen takes on f4, and the forcing variation now was quite over. And as you can see, with um, a little comparison of the pieces, you can see that my white is up in exchange. They have a rook for a knight, so that is quite good. But according to activity, the black's piece is much more active, and black has more prospects on the white's position, especially on the weakened king side. So let's just see the game here. White continued with the move a4, which was a little bit of an inaccuracy because this move is quite slow, first of all, and it it while it prepares to bring the rook along the third rank to defend the king side, it is quite slow, and the black pieces will infiltrate and create a strong attack faster with the move here knight to d2, currently attacking the rook here on f1. And if the rook moves, there is a fork here, knight to f3 check, which um, at the very moment would win material back, but at the same time it would just hold very strong attack on the white king. So after the move knight to d2, white continued with the move rook to a3 here, sacrificing the material back. But here I found a very interesting and a cool idea with the move rook to f8. While I could have just captured here the material back and try to play for a draw, my very intuitive decision here was to bring my least active piece into the game and to try to attack white. And um, though I could just trade off the material here and hope for a draw, I wanted to play for more because since my opponent is a high rated opponent, I did not just want to draw with him, but I wanted to give him tough time as well. So I decided to play the move rook to f8. Here he continued with the move rook to g3, very standard move, defending the chief or pawn in advance, and also bringing the rook to assist on the defense of the king. I continued with the move bishop to e4 here, putting the bishop on a very active position, cutting down on this h1a diagonal as the light squares around the king are quite weakened. Here, white continued with the move bishop to e2. The idea of the move is to again defend the chief opponent advance, but also to bring the bishop back to the defense and to defend the f3 square and to bring more defenders on the light squares on the king side. So here I continued with the move rook to f6, which is quite a stunning move because it just prepares rook to h6, rook to h1, checkmate. And here it was the beginning of the end for my grandmaster opponent. Let's see the beautiful continuation. Here he continued with the move after rook f6. He continued with rook to h3. I continued again with another stunning move, pawn to h5, which is a stunning sacrifice indeed, because if you have more pieces around your opponent's king, the idea is you must open up the position so that you have more lines for your pieces. This includes making pawn breaks or pawn sacrifices and considering positional sacrifices as well. Since I have no logical positional sacrifices here, the pawn break h5 makes quite lots of sense. So after h5, my opponent decided to play the move f3, and here I continued with the move knight takes on f1. He continued with the move queen takes on f1, and I just continued with taking the pawn here on g4. Continued again with f takes on g4, and here was another critical moment. Instead of trading here the queens on f1 and to just play a try game, I continued with a very interesting move, queen to d6. Again, saying that I am not going to play for a draw, yet I am going to try to squeeze out a win. This move, queen to d6, is a very stunning move because firstly it puts pressure on the d4 pawn, and it also simultaneously attacks the queen on f1, which was very, very, very high chess for me there. After the move queen to d1 here, I continued with the move rook to h6, and white continued with bishop to c4 check. I played king to f8. We continued with the move rook takes on h6, and here I played another stunning move, queen to g3. And at this moment, I was very, very proud of myself finding such attacking moves against a very strong player. But nevertheless, the game continued with the move king to f1. And after I played the move bishop to g2 check, it was basically time to resign for him. For which, after the move king to e2 here, um, after king to e2, I continued with bishop to f3 check, again pinning the queen, skewering, sorry, the king, as now it has to move, then I will grab the queen. So after the move king to d2 here, I just grabbed the queen on d1, and though he has some material compensation, I am clearly winning the game. For which, after the move rook to h8, king to e7, and king takes on d1, I just continued with the normal looking move, queen takes on g4 check, and after the move king to c1 here, I played the move queen to g1 check, and after king d2, I just took another pawn on d4 with check again. After the move bishop to d3, I continued here with the move g5, and here it was basically over for him because this g pawn will soon to will soon be promoted to another queen, and I will have very decisive material advantage, and there is nothing much that he can basically do. So after the move pawn to g5 here, um, he continued with the move rook to h7 with check. I continued with king to f8, and um, after the move b3 here, moving the pawn away from the attack, I continued with the move g4. Yeah, the passed pawn must be just pushed to promotion, and I was following just that. After the move rook to h5, played the move g3, and after the move rook to f5 check, I just played the move king to e7, and after c3, or after the move c3, I just continued with the move queen to d6, for which, after the move king to e2, which was his final move, well, close to his final move of the game, I simply played the move pawn to g2, and after the move rook to g5 here, I continued with the move queen to h2, and it was in this position that Grandmaster Marian Petrov resigned the game. Yes, you heard that right. A 1468 player defeated a 2500 Grandmaster on a classic casual online game with a simple Russian game and basic chess principles to follow in a game. That's just how chess works at some point. We all play, um, one of the best chess games of our lives, and we get big upsets quite frequently. And yeah, that is how good the some moments in chess are. And basically, what you have to intake from such moments is that you must continue with your chess practice so you can make more improvement, and to just continue studying chess and enjoying great content from my channel as well. So I hope that you enjoyed this little recap of this game, and I would like to share with you a very nice image from here. It's, yeah, the image over here. Sorry about that. The image over here to quite show you the results here. Um, yeah, these are the results from the game, um, for which I defeated him. As you can see over here, I just have 58 seconds on the clock. That is my username on Leeches, and here you can see the results over. Sorry about that. You can see the results over here. I have a point, and yeah, here's 0. And this was basically the final position that we have, um, as well as on the board over here. So I hope that you enjoyed the little recap over here. Consider subscribing to the channel for more great content coming your way. And I wish you I wish you all the best with your games as well. Um, we will talk soon, and have an excellent, great rest of your day.